Good day, good people. It's another fine day in the year of the paradigm. You hear that music, you see your United States aviator, and so you know what time has arrived yet again this Friday. It is the Hunger Games. And we are stepping right into Season 18. We're stepping right out of preseason, but we're stepping right into the Agent of Chaos match, and it is it's a very big Dangan episode. So let me tell you, I don't know who's in this episode. In this episode, I took the thing that has all of the images that I can quickly copy and paste for the series into a game, and I just said, hey, put them all in there, we're running it. I don't think there's too many crazy things in here, but I do know for certain this happened, so I said, you know what? That's funny. So let's do this, you know? Let's just start it. I don't think I need to do too much of an introduction. It's all the Dangans. And I guess we'll start with the top. It is Makoto, Hina, Togami, Celeste, Chihiro, Hifumi, Junko, Taka, Kyoko, Leon, Mondo, Mukuro, Sakura, Sayaka, Toko, Hiro, Hajime, Akane, Fatsugami, Chiaki, Fuyuhiko, Gundam, Crazy, Hiyoko, Ibuki, Kazuichi, Mahiru, Mikan, Nagito, Nekamaru, Peko, Sonya, Teru, Crazy Collection Large, Azuru, and to District 3 we see Komaru, Genocide Jack, Jizaro, Kotoko, Masaru, Monica, Nagisa, Haiji, Hiroko, Taichi, Yuta, District 4 sees Kaede, Angie, Gonta, Himiko, Kibo, Kaito, Kurumi, Kokichi, Kori, Maki, Miu, Rantaro, Ryoma, not two Rantaros, there's just one, I think, I hope, Shuichi, Tenko, Samugi, and Chisa. Starts District 5 with Daisaku, Great Gozu, Juzo, Tengen, Kizakura, Munakata, Ruruka, Mitsurai, Seiko, Izuyoi, and Maya, and the Bears, and Rabbit, Monokuma, Usami, Monodam, Monokid, Monofani, Monosuke, Monotaro, Shirakuma, Kurakuma. That is all we got, and it is our Agent of Chaos episode. And if you don't know what that means, let me tell you, every episode, the champion stands proudly with that title. And what happens when the chaos reigns? That means that the title is on the line for whatever episode that is. Is it on the line every time that they're both appearing? No. There's a 5% chance that it happens when you see the Agent of Chaos. They spin a wheel. 5% chance. If it doesn't hit the next time that wheel appears, it'll be a 10% chance, 15, 20, increments of 5 all the way up until it hits. When it does, it resets back to 5. That being said, there's another way now that chaos can reign. We've seen it a lot of times last season. The odds are a little bit lower, but it is still very possible for chaos to reign mid-episode. And that is when the Agent of Chaos physically goes to target the champion in the middle of the episode. There are special events where that could happen. It has happened in the past. Will happen this season. Unsure. But singles Agent of Chaos action is now in play. So, let me talk to you. Tonight, actually, it is Inferno, and this is where I do like a big, oh my gosh, Inferno time. There are some matches tonight, but I think the thing that everyone's really looking forward to is our wedding. Noir, Ophelia are finally officially tying the knot tonight. Essentially, it's so close to their 3-year anniversary when they first met in the AWE. They wanted to share this moment with everybody. And I'm very excited to see it go down. I'm probably gonna cry a little bit. I'll definitely cry. Sunday we probably gonna cry. Everybody gonna cry. There ain't gonna be a dry eye in the audience. I'll tell you what. I'm excited for a beautiful wedding, and hopefully nothing goes wrong. Actually, let me knock on wood. Goodness gracious. Anywho, make your picks first, second, third. Last time I asked you guys about your favorite villains, and I do want to go through some of those. Some of them are spoilery, so I will kind of like say bits and pieces of them, but not the actual whole shebang. So we had Auto Apocalypse from Kotoko, also Sachiko, Shinozaki, and me in Stardew Valley, which got a great giggle out of me. Because I was like, if that ain't the truth, if I ain't a little bit of a villain in Stardew. Going on, we've got Glove Boy who says Mr. Freeze, which is a good shout. We also have Jags who says, I'm gonna go for, obviously, Neo. Then Light from Death Note, and then probably Junko. Lion is Lion's favorite villain quote. Question of the day. Cats is a spoiler for a game that we're actually playing right now, so I won't say it for the sake of saying it. But hey, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. But we go on. Dragon Force Czar, who says, late to the party, but my favorite villain I could spend literally a long time gushing about is Luis Guyenberg from Metaphor. Okay, so Metaphor is a game that I've actually really wanted to play, but I know good and well, and I'm not gonna have time to play that game on this channel. At least not anytime, like, in the near future. So I feel like that might end up being a game that I just appreciate in my own time. But I also feel like my reaction to that game might be, you know, fantastic. So we'll see. We'll see. Very cool, though. Very awesome. And lastly, Kuzu, who gives the top 3 Infinite from Sonic Forces, which, surprisingly enough, Infinite was just recently in the AWE. Midori from Your Turn to Die, and Spinel from Steven Universe. Those are select a few, but I'd be here all night if I went through all of my favorites. Very cool, very nice, very demure. I think I said a couple last time, but I think, like, going back to games that we've played on the channel, I liked the end from Lost Dimension a lot. I think that was a very unique gameplay experience. Let me see. There's not a lot that I want to, like, say in terms of, like, villains, because, you know, I don't want to spoil a lot of things. Three Houses had not a major villain, so I don't mind saying this villain because you meet them in the first, not immediate chunk of the game, but the first little chunk of the game. Oh, what is her name? Yeah, I don't remember her name, but she's got like, I don't know, red or orange hair or something. She's the one who was, who, you know, Gerald, y'all remember Gerald from Three Houses? If you know, you know. Y'all remember Monica from Three Houses? Yeah, you know, Monica. If Monica won't Monica ever, like, I think she'd be very attractive. That's what I'm saying. If you know, you know. If you don't worry about it. I'm going to get this episode started. Make your picks first, second, and third. I will make mine as well. Because I have typically not been making a lot of picks recently because I get engrossed in asking a question and reading your responses that I forget to make them. So I'm going to make sure I do that first today. Give me Togami for first. Give me Togami for second, the fat one. And then give me Junko question mark for third, because blessed be that fake Junko. Maybe she can be just as blessed as the real one. I don't know if I have a question. I feel like favorite weather isn't varied enough where we get a whole bunch of different answers. Give me your favorite thing in nature. I know that sounds very broad, but like something you think in nature that just naturally happens, you think is just really cool looking. It doesn't have to be anything super common, or it could be something that is super common. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, I just love like going to a sunflower field and just looking at all the huge sunflowers. I think that's dope. Or it can be like, there's this very rare occurrence of these like creatures that migrate every so often, and they cause this incredible, beautiful thing in the sky. You could say something like that. I'm gonna give you mine. That's just real quick, and I do need to get some tea at the end of this, for real, for real. I need to make a note to myself to do that, because sometimes I've been lacking and slacking on tea, and I definitely need it. So it's more than just icicles. For me, it's like heavy freezing rain. But like heavy freezing rain where everything afterwards is like encased in a layer of ice. I hate to like walk around in it, but like viewing everything that's been iced out is so like incredible. Especially like tree branches or like trees that still have greenery around them. It's just, whenever it happens, it doesn't happen too often where I am, but it happens like maybe every other year or something like that. It's so beautiful, not for nothing. I think that's one of my favorite things that I see often that occurs in nature. I know that there's like a couple of things that jump into mind. Otherwise, maybe I will say them next time when I'm reading your answers, you know? I give you one answer to start you off, and then you give me some more, and then I'll hop back in next time. Y'all know how this works, and the only way to make this work is to start this episode. And to do that, we must. Huh. Oh my gosh, hey little guy. It's a ruin guard, you guys. Look at him. Hello. What's your name? Mr. Tiller? Oh, it's nice to meet you. A stream maybe must have gotten you. Hey. Can you give me a number or something? No? Oh, man, I don't know what to do even. Hey. Yeah. Awesome. Do you think you can do like a little trick for our audience? Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Tiller, you got any special moves, any special tricks? Wait, no, not that! No, wait! Ow! Goodness gracious! Where you even go? Oh man, he knocked so much stuff down. Tiller! Man, I didn't know he fired lasers, dude. Thought he was supposed to be missing an eye or something. Goodness gracious. Oh. Oh, it's all up in my goggles. Oh, man. Ugh. Put this over there. Oh, Dave's hanging all the way off the side. Where'd Bravo go? Oh, Bravo is all the way down here. I apologize, guys. I didn't know that that thing would fire a laser at you. Caused quite a bit of disruption on the set. Copy. Someone find Mr. Tiller. Give him a ham sandwich. He seems to be a little bit grumpy today. Thank you. Alright. We're just gonna re-simulate one time. Before I lose my mind. And to tell you that I'm re-simulating one time, I'm just going to do it, and we're gonna start. There's your re-simulation. Let's go a Mario. I don't remember how many people are in this, but it's probably gonna be, I don't know, 48, I would just broadly guess 58? 60? 62? 62. I'd broadly guess 62. We'll check later, but for right now, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh man, I clicked the wrong button. Jeez Louise, hold on. Wait, this is a rare instance, you guys. I've never clicked the wrong button like that again. We're actually gonna have to re-simulate a second time. I did it. Alright, what had happened was, this controller was in the way of my screen. So I just hazarded a guess. I was like, this is probably where Proceed is. And I was wrong. After doing this for so many years, I was wrong. Maybe I'm getting old, y'all. Maybe I'm getting old. But the cornucopia replenishes with food, weapons, and memoirs from the tributes families. Well, I think they already have those. It's still it's actually, look, Hornbears, get out of here. I got blown up by a ruin guard, man. Having an off day. Thank you. Thank you so much, Hornbearers. Let's do this. Akane runs away from the cornucopia. Munakata decides to head back to the cornucopia, rather, to look for supplies that could have been there. Left during the bloodbath, but when he finds the middle of the arena, the cornucopia is not there. Mukuro. Oh, it is Mukuro all along. Does that mean there's two Mukuros? Then is this Mukuro question mark? Because Mukuros are already here? Who is this imposter? Maybe this season we'll be trying to figure that out. Anywho, Mukuro tries to explain to Monokuma that there's been a mistake and that she isn't supposed to be here. I had a great idea. Anywho. Ryoma runs away from the cornucopia. Kibo takes a spear from inside of the cornucopia. Karumi runs away from the cornucopia. Izio receives a vision of him dying brutally at the hands of Crazy Oko and Mikan. As he sees them approaching, he uses his foresight to avoid dying. Hifumi opens a bag of gum. Hina, Jotaro, and Kori suddenly appear saying, "Hey, we want one." They don't want none. Aruka severely slices Usami with a sword. She's out of here. Shirokuma grabs a machete. Taichi finds a turtle in the cornucopia. Brings it along immediately for the game. Gundam kills Monokuma, then frames Monokid for it, and he gets punished. Get rid of those bears, baby. And they lost a bunny, too. Jeez Louise, the bears are actually not doing too well. Kazuichi runs from the cornucopia. Kamaru and Masu wrestle over a bag. Then Kisagura comes in with Paki-san, throwing it at the both of them, allowing him to snatch it with ease. Juzo and Peko compare the knives they found in the supplies. Tengen comes in with a spoon, and they laugh at him. They point and laugh at him, as they should. Kaede and Toko recognize each other and put their trust in one another. Monotaro runs away from the cornucopia. Mondo runs away as well. Togami and Ibuki assist each other in getting the best of weapons. Tinko and Chiaki recognize each other and both put their trust in one another. I wouldn't expect them to know each other. Admittedly, Chiro's sick and tired, and that's why he's not here today. Hajime throws a hatchet into Yuta. That's not good. Crazy Oko and Monica stare each other down. If this pair contains a champion agent of chaos, hey, chaos reigns, baby. Leon runs away from the cornucopia. Hiro runs away as well. Katoko is sick and tired of these reptiles. Hey, go get them, Master of the Dark Arts. Get them reptiles. Let's go. Do as my animal control. Mahiru finds a teleporter and teleports her to Garrick Mach. She steals an ancient relic and returns to the game. Mew has an argument with Monokuma, backed by popular man, it's hot teacher, Hiroko, Momo, and Gozu compare the knives they found. Azuru also comes with a spoon. Well, here's the thing, I think Azuru could kill millions with a spoon, probably. Sakura finds a vision of her dying brutally at the hands of Samugi and Taka. As she sees them approaching, she uses foresight to avoid dying. Nekamaru finds a torn photo of Sonya. Within his pocket, the word daddy scribbled on the back, Well then, Monosuke plays all the horn-bearing instruments at once. It's so beautiful that the horn bearers are subdued and they let Monosuke play for the rest of the game. Blessed be. Runs away from the cornucopia. Angie and Teru argue over supplies. Gonta takes advantage of this and kills them both. Goodness gracious, Gonta. Makoto and Nagisa fight for a bag. Nagisa strangles Makoto with the traps and runs off. Oh my gosh, Nagisa. Genocide Jack forces Rantaro to start singing, "Please give me wings." Kyoko finds a teleporter, teleports her to Garrick Mach Monastery. She steals an ancient relic. Nagito runs away from the cornucopia. Fuyiko runs away from the cornucopia. Sayako opens a pack of gum. Celeste, Maya, Seiko all run for their lives. Fat Togami and Monofini engage in a brutal, bare-knuckled brawl. It's one of the most vicious fights of their lives, with each bone-shattering punch threatening to kill. After hours of exchanging blows, it finally ends with Monofini snapping Fat Togami's neck, and that was indeed one of my picks. A sudden urge of dread, overcomes Kokichi, as they notice Kaito staring at them. Monodam runs away from the cornucopia. Mukuro has found a torn photo of Mitarai with the word daddy scribbled on the back. If there's somebody in in this game, I don't think anyone exudes outside of like the Warriors of Hope. I don't think there's anyone in this game that exudes less daddy energy than Mitarai. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Sudden urge of dread overcomes Himiko as they notice Shuichi staring at her. Maki runs away from the cornucopia. Daisaku is sick and tired of playing nice and turns heel. And Haiji runs away from the cornucopia. As we proceed, we have another day to get through. As Celeste, she smells a rat. Fuyiko has acknowledged his traveling companion today. Have you put the ones up for your traveling companion? Mitarai places a bomb next to the river to explode some fish. The blast catches Nekamaru and Genocide Jack in it as well. Mitarai may be hating on the squad after what I just said. Mitarai, I'm watching you. I'm watching you closely, son. You kill another squad member, and we got to talk. Izui, Sakura, Gonta receive the report cards for their performance this game so far. Izui gets an A, Sakura gets a C, Gonta gets a big fat F. He got 2 kills. To be honest, Nagisa commits a crime and runs away giggling. Sounds very Warriors of Hope of him. Avi, on a scale of 1, how much do you hate Daisaku? Not a lot. Not a lot. I like him. I mean, I don't know much about him, so I feel like I'm mostly indifferent to him, so I guess give him a 2. I guess. Seiko holds Hiro's head underwater. Hiro grabs her arm, pulls her into the lake with him. Both drifters are unable to kill one another, rather, so they both simply swim away. Gundam wants a nickname similar to Sharpshooting Steel-Minded Big Sister Sarah. Mew gives Haiji her blessing to marry. Oh no! No, no, no! No, 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 no! No, 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 Mew, what are you doing? Hey, yo, we gotta, yo. Mew's gotta go to jail for this one. Mew! Tenko finds the Infinity Gauntlet, which doesn't have the stones with it, but she just beats XL to death with it. That is one of the wildest combinations. Ugh. Anywho, Kokichi's trying to overthrow Avi. Kokichi fails miserably, but survives thanks to Rantaro. Kokichi, watching you too. Hifumi forces Ibuki to kill Mikon or Mukuro she refuses to kill, so Hifumi kills her instead. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Mukuro's gone. But is she? Mono gets drenched in honey, sticky. Monosuke throws a cup of coffee at Sonya. That scalding hot liquid kills Sonya, actually. Mach uses her secret technique, running away. Monodam plays Pedicak with Taichi. And you know what? Maybe the person who exhibits the most daddy energy is Taichi, because he's an actual father. Some people would disagree with me. Some people would say Munakata. Taka questions Himiko's sanity. Peko bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Ruka receives pancakes from me. I'm a Maruka fan, not for nothing. Kazuichi wants to nickname similar to Sharpshooting Steel-Minded Big Sister Sarah. Yeah, you're Pimp Kazuichi. You're pimping out here, you know? Hala hala. Monica, Azuru. Nagi get traced by a rampaging Jotaro. Monofony and Akane trade talents. If Munakata is engaged in chaos and their target's still alive, chaos would have reigned. Masaru starts a cult. Kizakura, Kaede, Ryoma, and Kokichi happily join. Chiaki is sick and tired of playing heel. I'm sorry, playing nice and turns heel Chiaki. I don't want that. I don't want that in my heart. Togami wants a nickname similar to Sharpshooting Steel-Minded Big Sister Sarah. Toko gets so absorbed in chasing a butterfly, falls right off a cliff. Leon finds Shuichi's hat and puts it on. Now he even sounds like Shuichi. Shuichi, Junko, and Kurumi swim in a magical lake hidden deep beneath the arena, whose mystical waters turn them into chibi forms of themselves. They proceed to kill Tengen with cuteness. Adorable. Sayaka holds Mukuro's head underwater. Mukuro grabs her arm, pulls her into the lake with her. Both tributes are unable to kill one another, so they simply swim away. Kurokuma searches for all the AV clones that he hasn't met yet. Chisa embraces spring and plants daisies outside of her camp. Kaito gets a hold of my soundboard and actually plays I Want It That Way, which is one of the ones that's like on a whole different page. But I digress. Samugi finds a fedora and puts it on. Mahiru suddenly yells out, "Samugi the platypus!" Kyoko tells a frustrated Monotaro to chill out and that she wants it that way. Hiroka gets her hand caught in a can of Pringles, rather. Gozu throws Juzo at Komaru. Poor Komaru. She's not feeling too good. Crazy Yoko reminds you, yes you dear viewer, to stay hydrated. Kibo advertises his Spongon, rather. To Shirakuma's impressed, checks it out, which is notable. Fongon Fridays. I know I said they're going to be at the first Friday of every month, but that's also an Inferno day, so I mean, that's such a heavy day. It'll probably be the fourth Friday of every month. And we'll probably start that in September. But just to like get things out of the way, we might also do a first Friday kind of thing going on for this September. Anywho, Hina receives fresh fruit from a mysterious man dressed as a wizard, and that is 17 tributes gone out of how many? We'll find out after this Claire de Lune 4. Usami, Monokuma, Monokid, Chihiro, Yuta, Angie, Teru, Makoto, there we go, Fat Togami, Nekamaru, Genocide Jack, Crazy Oko Extra Large, Ibuki, Sonya, Pekka, Toko, Tengen. I think I might put out I have a lot of ideas that I want to do. You know, before inevitably the end. So I might put something out in the very near future. I digress though. See everybody's statuses. How many people do we have alive? S18. Uh-oh. We'll see about that, but we will proceed. Because we don't really need to stay here for too long. Y'all know who's gone. This whole row's almost gone, which is kind of crazy. Let's see how this all plays out. Proceed once again to night 1. Gundam finds a virus in the simulator and exterminates it. Good for him. Rantaro challenges me in Battleship, but I sink his Battleship because that man's trash. That man's trash. Daisaku sneaks into the back rooms of Yoko's Items of Misfortunes, but unknowingly gets seen by Kibo, an employee of the store, who locks the door behind him. Tinko stands over the dead body of Kazuichi that she just shot and said, I have nothing to do with that corpse. I believe her. Degenerate male. Anywho, Izuyoi pretends to be, wants to pretend rather, the airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. He could really use a wish right now. Wish right now. Wish when? Right now. A starving Kizakura trades nearly half of his supplies for Hajime's loaf of bread. Crazy Yoko uses all of her mana coins to buy out Avi's wares and spares for the day. Shirakuma is a fan of Gentleman Thomas, much to Avi's dismay. I hope that you perish in the most unfortunate way. Kaito is on a music grind today. It's a banger. Monotaro Hifumi Kaede. Monica find a big red button. Monotaro presses it, but ain't nothing happened. They all say you doomed us all, but it's all okay. Mitarai isn't afraid of any ghost. I'm sorry. Mitarai ain't afraid of no ghost. You can't not put the extra stank on it. Ryoma is actually fairly terrified by some ghost. Munakata and Junko are trapped inside of a box for the night. They decide to use their imaginations to liven things up. Chiaki wants Avi to give Akane a chance. No. Because one day she will... Okay. I keep saying that one day she's gonna do this. And she never does. I digress. I do digress. I thought about something, but I do digress. Fuiko accuses Avi of not being the real Avi. Komaru fears Yuta. In fact, she fears all the Asahinas. Hina finds a secret stash of pancakes that Avi hypothetically hinted at. Tsumugi and Taka fight Monodam, and Mikan, Tsumugi, and Taka survive. Hiroko attempts to climb a tree, but falls to her death. Mama, no. Kyoko throws what he thinks is a Molotov at Mahiru. Turns out the Molotov's just a rag. It's not even on fire. Himiko refuses to leave an injured Nagisa outside. Chisa kills Mukuro. Azuru sees this and said, Chisa, what the crackers? That one doesn't happen too often. Sakura finds a big red button. She decides not to press it, but actually trips and activates the button. Hiro, Ruka, and Mukuro potentially suddenly drop dead for no discernible reason. It's so funny that Mukuro dies. For what reason? You know what? I'm actually thinking Chisa didn't get this kill. It just looks like Chisa got this kill when actually it was Sakura pressing a button. Anywho, Kokichi challenges Avi in Battleship. Kokichi sinks Avi's Battleship in a team-building exercise. Maya and Mew tell each other what they hate about one another. Celeste, Sayaka, Kotoko have a scrum debate with Masaru, Haiji, and Monofune, who will leave the entourage next. Dang. Probably everybody that played that group sucks. That faction sucks, baby. Shuichi taints Jotaro's food, killing him. Juzo's so desperate to kill Sayaka this game that he creates this clone of Sayaka and kills said clone. Hey Juzo, you've been okay in my book. Great Gozu challenges Avi in a game of Yahtzee. Hey, I don't never lose Yahtzee except when I do, baby. We love to roll them dice. One day we're just gonna have a Yahtzee night on stream. Seiko can't decide whether Nagito should live or die throughout the entire night. Koi tells Leon a bunch of useless fun facts. Maki's allergies keep her up all night. Some things are just naturally angry. Creepers, zombies, and Gonta? I don't associate anger with Gonta usually at all. Admittedly. Monosuke adopts Togami as a child, as his child rather. Taichi and Mondo are trapped inside of a box of the night. Imaginations liven things up. Kurokuma accuses me of being not the real me? Oh no. No. Karumi works for both Avi's and Yoko's because she's in extreme debt. She's doing it for her country. We will proceed to day 2 as Kurumi and Nagisa play tricks on Mew while Taichi steals from her room. Kurokuma receives a gift from her secret admirer. It's a sword. Hajime pimp slaps Kori off of a cliff. He is no longer in the house. Juzo Isn't crying, he's sweating from his eyes. Haiji will work on an ad that will appear in the next Danganronpa Hunger Games. Chisa, Kyoko, Fuiko do the torture dance whilst torturing Komaru. Monosuke receives muscle splash from a secret admirer. Izuyoi tries to become a beekeeper, but the bees aren't happy. Gonta dies from an infection. Mondo and Kokichi make a list of chores for Monofini to complete. Gundam and Leon have a picnic on a cliff. Surprisingly, nothing goes wrong on a scale of 1 to 8. How much do you hate Crazy Yoko? And I think we've talked about this before. And I think really every time I talk about it, it's becoming less and less hate. I think we're really more at like a 3. Maybe a 4. We'll stay 4. I don't think I can go much lower than 4. Maybe 3 on a good day, but she's alright. Kizakura finds AV's boxing gloves in the cornucopia. His hands are now rated E for everyone. That's a lot of people down there. Seiko decides to do Sayaka's free time events. That was a mistake. Maki, Munakata, Monica, and Daisaku play cards. Hina uses Righteous Anger and yeets Kaede into oblivion. Naito trips on a comic based banana field and falls on his bottom. Monotaro, Celeste, Akane, again to a scrum debate with Junko, Himiko, and Togami. They argue over who deserves the next a title shot in the AWE next. Well, I mean, it's AV Mania season. There are still a couple spots left for title matches. In fact, tonight it will be Clover, it will be Mew, and it will be Aiba in a triple threat match to see who goes on to the AWE ladder match. And you guys can actually vote to see who will be getting a shot, potentially, at the AWE Fight Forever Championship. That will probably be in the description. Shuichi uses spell to that closes, I think, tonight or tomorrow, something like that. It should be tomorrow, I think. Shuichi uses a spell to suck 10 shots out of Tinko, which shockingly works, leaving Tinko literally dumbfounded. Togami berates Mahiru for hours. Mahiru thinks Togami have gotten closer today. Chiaki starts planting seedlings in her garden. The rating pistol rates Rantaro 57 points. Mitarai tells a frustrated Ryoma to chill out, brother. Chill out, broski. Kaito wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else. Kibo lays on the ground watching the blood fall from Maya being murdered by Hifumi paint the scenery crimson. Sakura teaches Izuru some fighting moves. Little does Izuru know that Sakura is teaching him wrong as a joke. He probably is still so powerful that those moves will work. And Shirokuma Masaru and Samugi have a scrum debate with Taka, Kotoko, and Gozu over who is a bigger threat, Tokiko or Dottore. Well, one of them's gone, and one of them is working with Onyx or something of that nature. I don't know. I'd say it might be Dottore. We proceed. 14 more cannon shots. We're dipping and we're slowly going down to number 1. Who will be number 1 in this episode? I don't know, but it's clear to loom right now for Kazuichi, Monodam, Mikon, Hiroka, Mukuro, Hiro, Haruka, Mukuro, Rekton, Jotaro, Kori, Izuyoi, Gonta, Kaede, Maya. And we'll see everybody's statuses. We have 52 left, a standard deck of playing cards. A chunk gone from we'll go through everybody who's left when there's less than 30 people. Which means not this time. Maybe I could see it being next time. If there's like an arena event or some very bloody things happen, I do want to peek at which group is doing the worst. At first glance, it might be Danganronpa 2, but I think the Bears are having a bad day too. But they also don't have as many. So like, in terms of like ratio, it's probably Danganronpa 2. That being said, we'll proceed again, and we'll see who gets even worse. As Night 2 begins, Fuiko says a swear word. Taichi covers Leon's ears. Kaito reminisces about the year of the Aviator. That's going way, way back. And right after that, the year of the Horizon, dude. That was the COVID year. So maybe not so much. Thank goodness I made the first year the year of the Aviator. Because after, if 2020 was the year of the Aviator, that would have been crazy, dude. I digress. Gozu, Chiaki, and Hina enter a scrum debate with Celeste, Masaru, and Kotoko. They argue who would get a win first, Gentleman Thomas or Sprinkles. Kotoko and Kotoka introduce Kibo to their long-lost twin, Koto. We have met her. Ryoma disowns Himiko for being a disgrace to the family. Chisa, Gundam, and Daisaku have a scrum debate with Izuru, Haiji, or Crazy Yoko. They argue what would happen first, Mona getting a title win or being in danger again. So, has Mona been in explicit danger in the last year? I don't think so. But in the last 365 days, she did become the first ever AWE All-Star Champion. But now we're talking about from this point forward, I don't actually know. Juzo finds a dapper suit and puts it on his, even if it's the wrong simulator, he looks super fly. Monotaro commits tax evasion. Mew is bleeding out, but thankfully she receives fresh blood from a known sponsor. Kurakuma uses night vision goggles to navigate the arena. You thought it was Hajime, but it was me! Dio! It was actually Azuru. Shuichi is caught simping for a simpleton, Monofony, but Nagito was already simping for a simpleton, Monofony, and kills Shuichi out of spite. Taka wants to speak with the manager of AV's Wares and Despairs. You'll find them. Junko is drinking her hot chocolate. It's so good, Junko doesn't stop drinking until she dies from a sugar overdose. Of course, because she's just too sweet. Too blessed for this world. Blessed be Saint Junko. In a team building exercise, Sayaka and Mondo tell each other what they hate about one another. Kyoko and Akane create their own secret code language so they can communicate safely without any unwanted eavesdroppers listening in. Tenko tucks Togami in bed for the night and gives him a goodnight kiss. Munakata, Mahiru, and Hifumi comment on what they find nice about one another to improve the mood. Monica finds an etch-a-sketch shows Kokichi the portrait made for him. Kokichi loves it and kisses Monica on the forehead. Monosuke and Kizakura get onto a balcony and watch the stars together. Rantaro dyes his hair yellow. It's already like a yellow-green, so he would be more blonde in that regard, so it's not really the craziest difference. However, I still don't like it. Kurakuma is not Kurumi. I saw Shirakuma right before it, and I was like, that's not Kurakuma. Then I was like, I'm also definitely on Kurumi right now. Kurumi Kuma. Where's my Kurumi Monokuma edit? Anywho, it doesn't exist. Don't make it exist. Shirakuma is desperate to kill Sayaka, creates a clone, kills that clone. Sakura is unable to convince Mitarai not to kill her. How was he able to do it is the real question. Tsumugi finds a stereo and presses play some sick beats. Nagisa, stop. Get some help. You're out here doing crimes and giggling about them. Get some help, boy. Seiko etches a sketch in a tree. Maki takes it as a threat. And threatened we are. As day 3 begins, Monofony defeats Akane in a fight but spares her life. I could see that happening. Akane likes to fight the robots for some reason. This feels pretty much canon if she was in Danganronpa V3, let's be real. Mondo confesses his love to Monica. Monica says, cool, see ya homie, and leaves. Chiaki dies of dysentery. Tragic. Sayaka and Maki work together to toss crazy extra largest items into lava. Kyoko has an employees at AV's Wares and Despairs, W&Ds, prepares for the inevitable shopping raid. Ryoma, Nagito, Hina, and Masu join the Jacksepticeye cult. Himiko, Komaru, and Tsumugi hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. I don't even show up, even though I trust 2 of these individuals. I don't trust one of them. Tisa joins the Mistletoe Warriors. Group is waging war against Mistletoe during any other month besides December. I want to point out, you guys, the one I don't trust is Komaru to hold an intervention. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Haiji breaks the fourth wall and compliments you in particular, viewer. I'm sorry. Leon asks for Kokichi's axolotl. Kokichi actually shows Leon an axolotl in a bucket. Katoko's in the wrong Hunger Games show. Seiko is writing a Danganronpa remake where Daisaku's the protagonist, Celeste the antagonist, and Azuru is the mastermind. I could see that. I could see that. Where in the world is Tinko? She's dead. She's not alive. It started when an alien device would have dead and stuck itself upon its social secrets that it hid. Now he's got superpowers. He's no ordinary kid. He's Taka-ten. Kibo confides in Shirakuma. Great Gozu wants a nick. I feel like Great Gozu's a better nickname. The Great Gozu. However, sharpshooting and steel-minded Big Sister Sarah is pretty good. Juzo becomes spherical. Mew reminiscent about season 1. Kurumi shares her pancakes with Munakata. This act earns her entry. That's not the right pen. And this is the right notebook. Into the World Pancake Championship match. If she's not already in it. No, Komaru is. I was gonna say, there's some K name that is in there not too long ago. There goes my pen. Togami sets up an ice cream shack. Hajime comes and buys some. It tastes alright, but something's off. It turns out it was coated with poison and Hajime dies. Gundam sees a completely pale Mahiru washed ashore, unmoving. Gundam revives her rather with CPR. Monosuke tries to find every Monokuma on the school grounds. His father! He's searching for dad. Taichi, Kurokuma, and Fuyuko join the Adventurers Guild. Maybe they'll join an adventure team. Taichi is the righteous knight, Kurokuma is the wise and wizard, and Fuyuko is a janitor. Hey, janitor stats go crazy. Mitarai receives a gift from a secret admirer. Oh god, that's repulsive. Kaito's phone rings, so there's no caller ID. He picks it up as Kizakura on the other line insulting him. Rantaro accidentally boasts out the fact that he likes Hifumi in an opsonic way. Fumi declines the accidental confession, saying he doesn't like him that way. And Monotaro makes a Danganronpa rewrite. There's a lot of Afangans being made. Where Nagisa's the protagonist, we have lost another just to 6. Wow. That was actually a very peaceful time. Quick Clary Loon then 4. Shuichi, Junko, Sakura, Chiaki, Tenko, Hajime. Yeah, we're at 42 now. I don't know about you. Well, that's the answer. No, we're not at 42. We're at 46. We lost 6. Not quite as many as I thought. We're at 46. Well, yeah, we're just gonna go. You saw which 6 we lost. You know what's happening now. Then let's keep on keeping on. We got a show to get on the road, don't we? You know we gotta do this. Akane's disqualified from the games for committing tax evasion. Hey, pay your taxes, guys. You don't want to get disqualified for the Danganronpa Hunger Games, guys. Monica sings a romantic song to Fuyuhiko when the two began leaning in for a tender kiss. Monica notices Gundam filming them, which makes Monica shout at Gundam. Monotaro's trap kills his own brother, Monosuke. He was just looking for his dad. Seika, Crazy Yoko, fight Kurumi and Celeste. Kurumi and Celeste do indeed survive. Kyoko's gonna need a lot of therapy after this Hunger Games. Munakata bludgeons Juzo with is that Justice Hammer 1? We haven't seen that thing in ages. Avi thinks Naito is from Pokemon Sword and Shield. Okay. That's not too far off base. This does look like some random person at the place. He's from Sword and Shield. You better believe he is. I'll be real. I almost thought Sword and Shield rather was Scarlet Violet, but we're not gonna get into that. We're not getting into that. Anywho, Fumi signs a petition changing American football to Yeetball. Nagisa, Kokichi, and Maki track down and kill Samugi. Rest in peace. Kurokuma finds a Dark Deva and befriends it. Sayaka etches a sketch in a tree, mutates as a threat if Komaru was the Agent of Chaos, and she might be one of these days. Well, I guess she is technically a tag team Agent of Chaos, but you know, this is not in effect right now. But I would like to point out, if this were regular play, since she is one of the co-agents of Chaos, I think Chaos would reign. Right? Or is Makoto dead? Even if Makoto's dead, I think Chaos still reigns, actually. Anywho, regardless, you get it. Kizakura walks barefoot on carpet Legos, going on against all logic and reason. He powers through the pain, reaches the other the other side. Once you reach the other side. He got there, yo. He got there. Togami hits Daisaku with some sweet chin music, kicks him around the jaw, which is impressive because that's a very tall man's. Mondo discovers Hina hanging upside down from a telephone pole. Nobody knows what happened to her, but she certainly isn't alive to tell the tale, and she is certainly dead. Dead woman hanging around on a telephone pole. Taichi sends Gozu to jail for Mew-like behavior after what Mew did earlier. I think that's fair. Ryoma sets up a trap to kill Kaito, but the trap fails, only manages to cripple Kaito. Ryoma attempts to try again, but Taka finds out about the plan and kills Ryoma. Kotoko gets infected with a despair disease, starts insulting everyone who passes her by relentlessly. Chisa gets hold of my soundboard and plays Samurai Woman. What you doing, girl? What you... I'll allow it. Monophony helps AV open up a rival establishment to the Waffle House called the Pancake House. Welcome to the Pancake House. Despite Kibo's desperate begging, Rantaro leaves his campsite, decides to, that night. Azura uses the spirit of the Great Pumpkin and changes the arena date to October. Shirokuma stabs Leon with a tree branch. Masu tracks down and kills Haiji, good on you. Mitarai receives yakiniku from an unknown sponsor. Mayu gets a hold of my soundboard and plays Samurai Woman. I'll allow it. Kotoko and Kotoka introduce Himiko to their long-lost twin, Kokoto, as we go to day 4. Monica places a bomb next to a river to explode some fish. Celeste reminisces about season 4. That's so long ago. Fuyuko performs a fatal air combo on Munakata. Daisaku gets his ultimate talents license revoked. Gundam drives up to McDonald's, wants to get an ice cream machine. Fortunately, the ice cream machine is working. How lucky! How lucky of the supreme overlord of ice. Mitsurai pimp slaps Kamaru right off of a cliff. Good job, my employee of the month. Nagisa, he got some help. Nagito, though, wants Avi to give Sayaka a chance. Taichi overhears this and kills Nagito for asking for the impossible. Thumbs up to that man's too. Rentaro and Ifumi worked together to drown Kaito. Rest in peace to him. Chisa turns the statue of liberty and freaking Sayaka, and I hope that you freaking have a bad time. Masaru breaks the fourth wall and compliments you in particular, dear viewer. Who would have thunk? Himiko eats corn the long way. That's... Forgot that was in here. Mew gets drenched in honey. Sticky. Mondo fights a Yeti atop Goldforge Mountain. Surprisingly, he doesn't just survive, he wins. He beat the Yeti. Goated. And in AV Mini, he might just beat Akechi 2 to become All-Star Champion. Gozu suddenly exclaims, not the Makamotos for every reason in particular. Kurakuma reminisces about the year of the Ascent. It would seem that Monofini and Togami have come to a standstill in Tarzan's forest. Kibo decides to lend Mia a hand and kills the Komodo dragon that's loose in the arena. Kizakura buys AV merchandise from AV's Wares and Despairs. Azuru kills Maki with a shot put ball. AV, that's me, forces Kotoko to work at the arena supermarket, AV's Wares and Despairs, as a cashier after it becomes understaffed. So Kotoko has not only joined the animal control, she's also working at AV's Wares and Despairs. Hey, you know what, Kotoko? It's all good. It's all good. Mahiru and Taka are like, let's get some free food. Monotaro stomps all over Shirakuma's garden. Now enraged Shirakuma murders him with a hoe and buries him in the garden. Kyoko accidentally destroys Kokichi's cabbage stand. His cabbages! And Sayaka is ready for the year of the Kurumi. We do love a maid. That being said, we lost a more powerful 16 this time, and I think that actually does bring us directly to 30 this time, so we'll check out who's left after this. Claire de Lune, 4. Akane, Monosuke, Seiko, Crazy Hyoko, Juzo, Samugi, Hina, Ryoma, Leon, Haiji, Munakata, Komaru, Nagito, Kaito. Kaito and Maki right next to each other. Oh no, and Monotaro. We must see everybody's statuses because we gotta keep on keeping on. We have 30 people left, right? I can count. He can count. He can count. He can count. He can do math. Excellent. District 1, we still have Togami, Celeste, Hifumi, Taka, Kyoko, Mondo, and freaking Sayaka. That's a strong 7. A strong 7 out of 30. As I said earlier, Danganronpa 2 is struggling. They got Fuyuhiko, Gundam, Mahiru, and Azuru, and that's it. They are down to just 4 out of our remaining 30. Ultra Despair girls still have Kotoko, Masaru, Monica, Nagisa, and Taichi. A solid 5, 1 out of 6. V3 have Himiko, Kibo, Kurumi, Kokichi, Mew, and Rantaro. A solid 6 as well. 1 out of... I'm sorry, yes, a solid 6. Wait. Oh, that's not a solid 6 as well. They actually have a 20% chance right now. Danganronpa 3, they have Chisa, they got Daisaku, they got the Great Gozu, they got Kizakura, they got Mitsurai, they got another 5. And the Bears are looking not so good. They got Monofini, they got Shirakuma, and they got Kurakuma. And that's it. Who will be Agent of Chaos today? I think it's time we find out, shall we? I was looking at our champ. She's out, but you know. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? She would have earned a block. Anywho, night 4 begins. Anyone else's hands, it's just a microphone. But in Shirakuma's hands, it's a pipe bomb. Kyoko finds a virus in the simulator and is killed by it. Sayaka is going to need a lot of therapy after this Hunger Games. Mitsurai challenges Kokichi with dance-off. Mitsurai absolutely dominates. Mondo slices Togami's eyes and is now blind. Rantaro finishes his novel. Taichi breaks Minecraft rule number 1, dig straight down. Shockingly, he finds some diamonds. Kibo is getting ready for August 30th. AV Mania Monica is in the house. Nagisa's also getting ready for AV Mania August 30th. Mahiru thinks she's a protagonist, and actually, Gundam is the protagonist and Mahiru is the antagonist. Chisa wants to speak with the manager of AV's Wares and Despairs. Mew and Masaru start kicking Celeste for unknown reasons. Hifumi finishes his nighttime coffee before joining in. Wouldn't take Hifumi as a coffee guy, not for nothing. Gozu and Fuyiko sing some show tunes. If Kurokuma was the agent of Chaos, Chaos would have reigned. I think that Himiko's from Pokemon Sword and Shield. They got magic. Yeah, she is. She's from that game. Y'all can't convince me otherwise. Thinking quickly, Daisaku constructs a homemade gun using only some string, a squirrel, and a gun. Every day, Taka imagines a future where he could be with Kotoko. Please don't, Taka. Maybe don't do that. I comment on how Azuru is doing. Kizakura walks up to Azuru and says, "That's rough, buddy." Kurokuma is still in my mind whenever I see Kurumi. I'm so sorry, Kurumi. I hope you win this game, and if you do, you're just gonna be Kurokuma instead. I think Monophony is also yo, okay, hold on a minute. I can't look, huh? Well, I mean, she do kind of look like, she do kind of look like that one Pokemon, don't she? Maybe she is from Pokemon Sword and Shield. Never mind. She is. Anywho, day 5 begins. We all gathered here today to remember our dear comrade. In honor of his sacrifice, all events should halt for half a day as we mourn his passing. Alright, great. Rest in peace to Mondo. Kibo shares all of his pancakes with Monophony, and he wants that World Pancake Championship again. This is not a real pin. I gotta stop doing that. I dropped my real pin on the ground thinking I'd never need it again. At least for the rest of the episode, but I was wrong. But K1-BO is now in Yo City. Kotoko works for AVs, which is true. Sick and tired of people defecting to Yoko's, burns it down. Luckily, Mahiru works there. Brought insurance just last week. Kotoko screams in agony. Azuru sees completely pale. Gundam washed ashore. Gundam, who revived somebody earlier. Mahiru actually was CPR. This time, Azuru's the one reviving him. Their team is doing a lot of CPR revival, actually. Saying, we gotta do our best to keep everybody alive. But doesn't stop the CPR when Gundam regains consciousness. They're just making out, apparently. Taka. Masaru played tic-tac-toe on an image of Celeste's forehead. Chisa confesses how much she's come to hate Kokichi. Kokichi runs away crying. Rantaro declares his support to the squad. Hey, Rantaro, that's my boy. He is then stabbed by Pimp Kazuichi. Just like he did with Pablo. Never forget. Mew does a kickflip, sick, but fails of landing, flat on her face. Gozu washes his hands in the river, his big old meaty gloves. Sayaka mistakes the year of the Zenith for the year of the Ascent and is promptly killed for it. Yo. I kind of wonder how many people can list the years of the and in the right order. Hifumi finds the left half of Fuyiko's body, rest in peace to him. Kizakura finds a water gun, fills it with holy water, fires it at Himiko, getting her wet. Daisaku gets smashed in the head with a crowbar by Togami. Kyoko is forces Taichi to kill Shirokuma or Monica. Taichi says, yeah, we're killing Monica. Mitsurai plants flowers around his campsite, and Kurokuma gives Kurumi... Wait, I almost read Kurokuma gives Kurokuma. I want to keep it a buck with you guys. His blessings to marry Nagisa. Kurumi and Nagisa have no idea what the heck he's on about. We will proceed, and we are down another 6. We are in our solid, an actual 24 standard size episode after this Clear Day Lumen 4. Mondo, Rantaro, Sayaka, Fuyiko, Daisaku. It's the final 6, gone before the final 24. Let's see everybody's statuses. Who are our final 24? We have Togami, Celeste, Hifumi, Taka, Kyoko. We still have 3 remaining. The final 3 from Danganronpa 2. The final 4 from Danganronpa 3, Kotoko, Masaru, Taichi, and Nagisa. V3 still have Himiko, Kibo, Mew, Kokichi, and Kurumi. Danganronpa 3 still have Kizakura, Mitsurai, Great Gozu, and Chisa. And last but not least, our final 3 still Remaining for the Bears, they're still holding on to these three, Monofini, Shirokuma, and Kurokuma. We must go on, though. We must proceed. It's your final 24. It's anybody's shot. 1 in 24 chance. To everybody, we will proceed to see. Gundam finding Etch-a-Sketch, but after a few hours, he draws another Etch-a-Sketch. Trippy, dude. Kizakura sings a romantic song to Monofini where they lean in for a tender kiss. Kizakura notices that Fumi there is filming them, which makes Kizakura shout at Fumi. Nagisa has a dance-off. The dance is actually a distraction, so Azuru could sneak up behind Mahiru and snap her neck. Oh! Shirokuma finds a dapper suit, puts it on. Even if it's the wrong simulator, he looks super fly. During the night, a tree falls on Kotoko's camp, pinning her to the ground. By the morning, she is dead. The preseason princess has fallen. Taichi walks into a portal, it turns on. He gets shocked and kills. His molecules are not real. They get rearranged, but he sure does not get ghost powers. Himiko has no more motivation. Chisa neither has any more motivation. If Kurokuma teaches Kibo and Taka how to use ice magic, then who's gonna teach me how to use ice magic? Actually, that's now Kurumi, by the way. Mitarai and Kokichi get onto a balcony and watch the stars together. If Kyoko is the agent of chaos, the champ is still alive, chaos reigns. Kurumi throws a knife into Mew's chest, rest in peace to her. Masaru puts his chest into a Celeste, falls backwards, Celeste catches him. Masaru says to a Celeste that he trusts him. He trusts her with his whole life. And Gozu, feeling especially kind of night, gives Togami a muffin. We proceed again. We did have some very bloody times this time. Now we have some very cold times because Kokichi falls into a frozen lake and drowns. The rating puts the rage Chisa 13 points. That's got to be unlucky, actually. Kyoko, Nagisa, Togami have a scrum debate with Monofini, Kurumi, and Shirokuma over who's a bigger threat, Tokiko or Dottore. At this point, it might need to be Onyx or Dottore, for real. Taka is writing a Danganronpa remake, with Gundam as a protagonist. I'm already sold. Azuru is the antagonist, and Masaru is the mastermind. Interesting. Kurokuma confides in Celeste. Mitarai does Mitarai things. Rating pistol also rates Hifumi 13 points, and I hate to say it, but I don't think Chisa and Hifumi are the same pointage. I suppose it is, what do those points mean? The points don't matter. Himiko tries to find every Monokuma on the school grounds. Kizakura starts planting seedlings in his garden, and Gozu kills Kibo while he's resting. He was in standby mode, and you killed the mans. We are now down another 6. It is your final 18, and it is a Claire de Lune 4. Mahiru, Kotoka, Taichi, Mew, Kokichi, Kibo. I mean, we got 18 left. I think, yeah, we're down to just 2 now in Danganronpa 2. We still have our final 5 left in Danganronpa 1. They're still kind of killing it. Ultra Spare Girls still have 2. They got a little blue and red combination. Masaru, Nagisa. V3 is now dwindling. They're also down to 2. Himiko and Kurumi. Now it's very strongly Danganronpa 1. Well, maybe not that strongly because just regular 3 has 4 as well. Just 1 less than that 5. And the Bears are still holding on to their 3, so I think we must go on. The beat rolls on. 8 more until your saving grace picks up. And I feel like it's about feast time. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised we didn't have any arena events. Knock on wood. Monofini loads her shotgun with a physical form of murderous intent. Kurokuma reminisces about the year of the horizon. Gundam eats a turducken, yum. Hopefully he can walk it off during the game. Togami finds a big red button, press it immediately for that death wish. To much to his disappointment, it doesn't do a single thing. Gozu finds a stereo and presses play. Unfortunately, he wanted sick beats, but they were his execution music, and he dies horribly. If Hifumi is the agent of chaos, the target is alive. Chaos does reign. Kyoko brags to Celeste about her 70 alternate accounts. Wild. Taka and Mitarai start kicking Kurumi for unknown reasons. Azuru finishes a nighttime coffee before dismembering Taka and Mitarai. Azuru doesn't like bullies and does like Kurokuma. Himiko has a dream of Chisa winning. Is this all just a premonition? Is she going to be a 2-time singles agent of chaos? Shirokuma finds an Etch-a-Sketch and shows Nagisa the portrait made for Masaru. Dang. Shirokuma's trying to break the boys up, and Kizakura gets killed and replaced by a realistic doll made in his image. He also could be a 2-time agent of chaos as we proceed to the feast. I told you. It's feast time. The cornucopia is actually now replenished with food, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families, like I said at the start of this game. I was just ahead of my time, y'all. I was ahead of my time. Himiko falls into a frozen lake and drowns. If Kyoko is the agent of Chaos, target champion's alive, Chaos would have reigned. Chisa decides not to attend the feast. Gundam sets off an explosive taking out Celeste. Izuru decides not to attend the feast. Monofini decides not to attend as well, neither does Shirakuma. Nagisa dies from an infection. Togami sets off an explosive, taking out Kurakuma, and Hifumi, Masaru, and Kizakura track down and kill Kurakuma again. Rest in peace to the both of them. You know what? My bit has died. Kurumi and Kurakuma have both died. You hate to see it, but day 7 does begin, and Shirakuma declares his support for the squad. This summons Pimp Kazuichi to stab Shirakuma, much like he did with Pablo. Boo. Chisa smacks its taste out of Masaru's mouth. Kizakura confesses his love for Hifumi. Hifumi says, cool, see you, homie. A lot of confessions of love for Hifumi today. Listen, Izuru does not like Gundam. He's gonna bark at him now. AV, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate Kyoko? I have an interesting, I feel like, history with Kyoko. So I don't hold anything against Kyoko the character, so not a lot. I really don't like how she just randomly survives. If you know, you know, in a certain piece of media, but you know, other than that, probably like a 2, but including that, probably like a 4, because that was a little frustrating. Anywho, Monofini has been down since day 1-ish, and Togami soars to greatness with stolen wings. Unfortunately, that greatness is hitting the top of the arena border, and he does indeed perish. We have lost another 10, which brings us down to a solid 8. Who will be the agent of Chaos? We'll find out. Some saving grace picks after this Clay de Lune 4. Gozu, Taka, Mitarai, Himiko, Celeste, Nagisa, Kurakuma, Kurumi, Shirakuma, Togami. Well, other than an hour, hey, make your saving grace picks. Hurry up, y'all. We ain't got this kind of time. What y'all doing? Ridiculous. There's only 2 people in this district. District 1 is Hifumi and Kyoko. Hey, make your picks. Hurry up and make your picks, y'all. Danganronpa 2 also still has 2 people, Gundam and Izuru. Danganronpa 3 is now just down to one last lad, and that is Masaru. V3 had a bad time to end this game. They were doing so well, and then it all plummeted down. They are completely out. We also still have Chisa and Kizakura, both former Agents of Chaos, could look to do it all again. And lastly, we have Monofini. Can she finish her story? She was a sudden champion at one point. Can she be the singles Agent of Chaos tonight? Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is correct. We have 8 people left. And I'm gonna let you guys make your new picks. You can make them by going into the comments and making your picks. You either edit your comment, comments on your comment. Do whatever you gotta do to make your saving grace picks known. I will make mine as well. Give me, since my Togami Mukuro choices are out, give me Kyoko. The Agent of Chaos just fits her color scheme, so I'm gonna pick her for first. I can't not pick the Supreme Overlord of Ice, and to save me editing time, I'm gonna pick Kizakura for third, because I think he's one of the most fun Agent of Chaos sprites that I think we had. That is all she wrote for me. I've made my picks. You're free to make yours. You better do it in the next 2 seconds. I'm about to press that button. It is our final to 8, not 10, 8. We're within our final 10, and it is Monofini, Kizakura, Chisa, Gundam, Masaru, Izuru, Hifumi, and Kyoko. 1 will walk out as Agent of Chaos, 2 will go on to the premiere, but all of them stand proudly to make it this far with the same pulse, determination, and perhaps even the same fate as that of a samurai woman. Let's do this. It is your final 8. The Faithfully. Let's see how it plays out. It is, for a second I was like, a ghost round? That doesn't happen here. Monofini. Yeah, there's been so much romantic singing. Sings a romantic song to Hifumi when they lean in for a tender kiss. Monofini notices Gundam filming them. I don't think this is the first time Gundam's been filming either. Monofini shouts at Gundam. Kizakura trusts Kyoko with his life and allows himself to fall backwards. Kyoko catches him. Just like just like once before, he caught her. Kizakura says to Kyoko that he trusts her with his life. Masaru with some sweet chin music on Chisa. Masaru kicks Chisa's head clean off, and Azuru finds a big red button, decides to leave it be. We are now down to your final 7, and we are at day 8. Gundam's in the wrong Hunger Games show. Kizakura soars to greatness with stolen wings. Unfortunately, that greatness is hitting the top of the arena border, and he does indeed die. Hifumi stabs Kyoko, then revives her. Stabs her again, repeats the process until the wish ring burns their hand. Kyoko actually runs off, pulling a Masaru, not cool Monophony, and Azuru wakes up dead, and that brings us now to your final 6. We've lost, no, it brings us to your final 5? You're right. Chisa got her head kicked off, I almost forgot. That brings us to our final 5, which means this is The Last Samurai Woman and a Terrible Turnabout 4. Chisa, Kizakura, Azuru. There will be no double for the singles Agent of Chaos. At least not from that district. We now are down to Hifumi, Kyoko, the Supreme Overlord of Ice, Masaru, and Monophony. A lot of strong contenders. Masaru has been an Agent of Chaos before. Was that singles or tags? I think it might have been singles. He could still be a 2-time one. Kyoko has been tag team champion. Hifumi, I don't know if Hifumi has been Agent of Chaos, but he's definitely been a tag team champ before. Gunner's been a singles champion, co-champion, and I think just on his own too now. I think he's a 2-time champ. We of course know Monophony has been a champion before. That is your final 5. And those 5 are all caught in our final 5, a full final 5, and what we like to call a crisis of fate. Let's make it happen. Let's see how this all unfolds. Who will walk out as the Agent of Chaos? I was gonna say, I don't think any of these people are in the premiere either, so they're all fighting for this. No. Yeah, all of them are fighting for a spot in the premiere too. This is an interesting final 5, because none of them are in the premiere. Alright, let's see how it, well, no, I lied, got him. Gundam was actually almost champion. He was in the final 2 at the end of the last season. We proceed again, and if Monophony was the Agent of Chaos and our target champion was still alive, you know, Chaos would have reigned. Kyoko dies trying to escape the arena. Gundam spends the night setting traps to keep Hifumi and Masaru outside of his camp. Doesn't work. I don't know, but Monophony sells Gundam 400 bagels, but due to the fact that Gundam can't hold that many, he gets crushed by the insane amount of bagels. Hifumi is acknowledged a traveling companion today of you, and Masaru is trapped in a box with a small device that can release a deadly poison every hour. Is he dead? Is he alive? We can only find out if we click proceed, which means we are either down to your final 3 or your final 2. And we proceed. It is your final 2. That box was poisoned. Monophony and Hifumi. They're going on to the premiere. That being said, it is I think this is actually the last terrible turnabout 4. Kyoko, Gundam, Masaru. So everybody status is one last time. It is Hifumi, Monophony, 1-on-1. Who will be embracing the chaos? Who will win? Who will it be? Hifumi, Monophony. Hifumi, 4 KOs to his name, has been kind of around the block this entire game. I feel like I've said Hifumi's name a lot, but I guess he's been in, you know, for almost 10 days. I'll keep it a buck at that point. Hifumi, can he walk out of here as the Agent of Chaos, or will it be Monophony, who's pulled off crazy, surprising victories before? Victories where we know that she doesn't appear all the time, not as much as most of the main cast, but she's been appearing more often, and she's saying, hey, I'm ready to do this all again, and this time, I'm feeling a little chaotic. Will Monophony be the Agent of Chaos? Will Monophony win right here, right now? Right now, she's got Hifumi in her path, and Hifumi is dying to embrace that chaos. Will it be Hifumi? Monophony. Both or neither? Well, it's been a long game, so I'm going to click proceed and we're going to find out. As she's done it. Hifumi rests in her fruit tree. Probably eating some delicious mangoes from his tree. When Monophony violently shakes the tree to retrieve some fruit. And you never forget trees, they'll always get you in the end. Hifumi falls to his death, which means there is one winner and one winner alone. I don't know how she does it, but she's back. And embracing the chaos. Let it be known, she's been waiting for this. She is loving every single second of this. In a massive game before, I believe 1 versus 100, she claimed the championship, retained it in the finale, and now she's come back to make everyone squirm, make everyone on edge. She's gonna vomit on the champion if she needs to. If it means walking out with that bad boy one more time, she'll make it happen. But without further ado, oh, it's true. You're new. Season 18, Agent of Chaos, Monophony embraces it. Monophony's done it again. Fumi goes on to the premiere, but Monophony is that Agent of Chaos. We proceed, and she's done it. 3 KOs to her name. Trees helped her win that game, and she's done it. She joins Hifumi in 2nd place with Kokoro and Ulysses, Kyutaro, Mitarai, Sophie, Ibuki, Fuihiko, L.A. Knight, Sitlali and Arrow, Alba, and Lieutenant Lawrence, Professor Alba, you love to see him, Komaru, Tengen, Taka, Yuta, Sayaka, Maya, Crazy Yoko, Nagisa, Ryoma, Ruruka, Gundam, and our champion Maki in the premiere. However, remember what I said? I said for the first time ever, because, you know, we probably should have been doing this for a long time. The OCs will also have spots. Top 2 OCs in singles Agent of Chaos action. Top 2 OCs in tag team Agent of Chaos action will fight for that Danganronpa Hunger Games Championship. And it will be awesome. Masaru took 3rd, Gundam 4th, Kyoko 5th, Izuru 6th, Kizakura 7th, Chisa 8th, Togami 9th, and running off your top 10 is Shirokuma in this game of, what did I guess at the start, 60-something? Oh no, we're definitely in the 80s, goodness gracious. 83! It felt like 80. It did. We'll proceed one more time. It started with Ruruka taking out Usami, but it all ended with another bear taking the win. Monophony watching as Hifumi falls and prays. Hifumi had 4 KOs though. Zuru also had 4. So did Kurokuma and Mitarai. Gundam, Hajime, Masaru, Monophony, Saya, Sakura, Taka, and Togami all had 3. Everyone else had 2 or less, and that is our game for today. Remember, tonight it is the road of AV Mania continuing as we go back to the reaping. Get excited, because AV Mania season is really running wild. Inferno is tonight, and most importantly, it will be the wedding of Norphelia. Everybody has got their eyes on the situation. A lot of people have been banned from the arena. We're gonna make sure this thing goes off without a hitch, and I'm excited. Until then, I'm taking off. Toodaloo Flight Crew. It is AV Mania season, so anything could happen. And once again, thank you for watching.